Ordering numbers. Well, there are loads of numbers, you just have to count them to realise that, and putting them in order is useful. Now, it's not the most complicated bit of maths you'll ever have to do, but it's often good to do it in 2 steps so you don't let any silly mistakes creep through. So, if we start off with a list of numbers like this, how are we going to get them in order from the lowest to the biggest? Well, the first step is to group all the numbers together based on how many digits they've got. So we can see here 12 here has got 2 digits, and so is 73, 18 and 31. So we want to put those together in a group, like that. And we can do the same for the 3-digit numbers here, so this is these 3 numbers here. Put those in a group, and finally we can do those 2 4-digit numbers. Right, so now we've got them in groups, the next step is to put the numbers in each of those groups in order, and then at the end everything will be in the right place. So if we look here at the 2-digit ones, we can see 12 is the smallest, so that's going to go first, then 18, then 31, and finally 73. So if we just rejig those around, so like that. Then for the 3-digit ones, we've got 283, that's the smallest one, then 664, and finally 899. So we just want to move those in the right order. And finally, the 4-digit ones, we've got 2046 and 8418. So they need to swap places, so they're the right way around. And there we go, our final answer. All the numbers are now in order from the lowest to the biggest. Now, what about ordering decimal numbers? Well, here is a list of decimals that I've pulled out of my arsenal of numbers. I said arsenal, thank you very much. And we can use exactly the same method. So, step 1, we want to group the numbers together. But with decimals, you want to group based on the number of zeros that are at the start. Because the more zeros there are, the smaller the number is. So here we've got 2 zeros, so this number is smaller than this one, which only has 1 0, and this number is going to be smaller than this one, which actually doesn't have any zeros past the decimal point. So if we take all the ones with 2 zeros at the start first and put those in a group, then we can go for the ones with 1 0 past the decimal point and put those in a group, and then finally we've got all the numbers that don't have any zeros past the decimal point. We can put those together. Right, just like before then, we can now put each of those groups in order. So to do that, you want to count along until you get to the number and look for the smallest one. So this one here we have 0, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 8. Well, 1 is smaller than 8, so we need to swap those round. Okay, here we have 0, 3 and then 0, 5. So 3 is smaller than the 5, so actually they're the right way round already, so we can just move those down. And finally, we've got these 3 here. So we've got a 2, a 4, and an 8. Well, 2 is the smallest one, so we just need to rejig those a little bit. And then there we go. We now got all the numbers in order from the lowest to the biggest. So to summarise then, you want to order numbers in 2 steps. Start off by putting all the numbers into groups, and then if you just order each of those groups, you'll end up with everything in the right place. It just makes it a lot easier because you're not trying to do it all in one step.